Hi there. From the thumbnail, you already know that today I will build a nasty boy, but actually, he can also be very sweet if he wants to. I was able to snatch a so called early bird offer for the Yunyi body on AliExpress, which is nothing else than also the Mengf Male body. I mean, I already saw that from the pictures, but I don't know why we have so many different listings with different names and also pretty much different prices. Because of the offer, the body only cost me a little bit under 37 euros, which is a pretty good deal, but I don't get why we have so many different listings for the same item. I mean, at the moment, you would pay more than 50 bucks for the Yunyi. I hope I do not butcher the names so much, but I can't help it. It's fine. I guess it is Yunyi. And when you buy a full Mengf body with head and body, I mean, you would have paid less than that. And I can confirm there's only one skin color. I was so sure that we would have different skin color options because all the pictures look completely different. And I guess wishful thinking was my intention to think that they would give us even different skin tones from the beginning. But anyway, the skin tone is quite nice for a lot of different heads, since Mattel does not really give us new made to move bodies or new made to move cans in general. So an alternative is very appreciated. And since I got the body for a good deal, I decided to get two of the hands or two pairs of the hands at full price. So I paid 9 euros and 50 cents for each pair. And by the way, on the package, you can see that it is called Mengf Male there. But as I said, this year, this Yunyi body is exactly the same as the Mengf Male. So I got the middle finger ones and also the Korean heart ones. And here you can see my already put together hybrid together with the new body, and the skin tone is the same. But I have to say, in some angles, the new one might look a tiny bit yellower. But if that is the case and my eyes do not play tricks on me, I guess it's because of a different batch. Anyway, here you have Mr. Wannabe Punk, who actually lost his clothes quite a while ago, but he still has his shoes. I mean, at least that, but actually, this is a petite body, so I can't use anything on the Mengf body at all. And I personally don't like the petite body on this head here, and in general, I was hoping for more made to move bodies in the skin color, so around New Nutra. But it never happened, so slowly but surely, I will get more Mengf bodies. And even Adonis bodies, since you can now get a fake version of the body for a very good deal. I have mine on the way, but they are still not here. But when they are, of course, you will get a review. Switching out hands on the Mengf body is very simple. You don't have to heat up the door, the wrist, the hands, nothing. You can just switch them out and they are very sturdy and nicely done. You have seen it in the full review for this body. The hands are more on the rubbery side. They are very detailed. Also these here that do come in gestures. You can see the veins, the fingernails, everything. So the hand models are very pretty and detailed. And since last time I did not try these hands on made to move cans, I will do that now. Because someone asked me back then if it is possible, and the answer to that is not really. Anyway, we first have to remove the original hands from the can bodies. And since I do not have a heating mat that is warm enough or is getting warm enough to heat up plastic, I simply use hot water. And why not sharing a hot tub together? So Brandon and Tate do have a very intimate bonding time together right now. But also Fashionistas 176 needs a little bit of hot water to soften up the head. Brandon and Tate are already good to go, I guess. Once the hands or the arms are pretty hot, it is easy to remove the hands, or at least on buff can. It took me a little bit longer on Brandon's arms, but the reason for that is simply the positioning of the arms. I mean, the wrists were in hot water, but it was not that deep for him, so the material around the pack was not soft enough to get out the hands as easily as for the buff can. But it did work quite fine, and I do recommend heating up the arms before you remove the hands, but when you do have a can that does have locked hair, you should not put the head into hot water or not without a bag and not too hot water because you could damage the flocking. And that was my intention why I put in the cans like I did, but I have to say it looked quite funny. For the head of Mohawk can, at first it was not really soft enough, and I like to have my can heads really squishy since they are quite large, and I would recommend to soften them up before you would like to get them off the neck. Or if you don't care about the body, which is here actually the case, you could also use only force to remove the head without heating it up because then you also don't have the risk so much to rip apart the head because of the hooks, the plastic hooks. They can be pretty dangerous for can heads. So now he's free, or his head is free, and also the hands, and we can start with comparing the hands and try to give Ken nicer hands. Or at least nicer hands for the buff Ken. And as you can see here, the Mengf Male skin tone is in between those colors. The more neutral color of the buff can is more peachy, but I think it is still doable. And also the Brandon skin color is darker and more red. Brandon in general is also darker than the wheelchair can, but not so much. So far, Mattel was not really outgoing with their skin colors for Ken. We don't have a lot to choose from. Anyway, the hands do fit size-wise on the bodies, but the pecs are too thin and you have this disc, I guess it is there to prevent the hand for getting too deep inside of the arm socket so that you can freely move the hand. I don't know if it really is necessary to have that. Even on the Mengf or Mengfen body, you have a little gap because of it, but I don't know. It is okay. But on the can arm, it looks a little bit wrong. So in case you would like to give your buff cans new hands, the color match won't be perfect and you will have to modify the pack for that. I mean, you could use some putty and it will stay on, I'm pretty sure with that. But you still do have this disc, so you cannot push in the hands way further. And it does not really look that good. And that's the same for the standard Made to Move can. Here, the hands even will fall out easier. So the gesture hands would also be a nice gimmick for a Made to Move can, but there's no perfect skin tone match and you would have to modify the packs for that. Last time, I also didn't think about the fact that you could use action figure heads on those bodies. I mean, I thought about it, but the thing is, when it comes to male action figure heads, there's so many action figure bodies out there that do cost way less and do have way more posability. But on the other side, I really like to put female action figure heads on fashion doll bodies, which makes them pretty tall. And if you would like to have a tall, really tall, realistic man standing beside them, the Mengf body is a good alternative. But let me warn you, skin colors are difficult and even worse when it comes to male action figure heads. And there's also an issue with the neck size because some of them will fit on the neck of this body and some will not. The first head that I will show you here is made by an individual artist, and I know that because I have seen the listing on Taobao. I bought mine on AliExpress because ordering from Taobao is not easy when you're in Germany. It is a very pretty hat, but it is very hard to find a body for this hat when you don't want to have a seamless body. And I don't like the silicone bodies, so I would like to get a standard action figure body for this hat. But so far, I was not able to find a good match for color A and also not for color B. This here is, as I said, color B, and it is already the best match that I was able to find so far. But as you can see here, the head is a little bit too tiny for this body, especially because of the neck size of the head. The head does not have a neck connector. It seems like you get neck connector for free when you buy the head. So that was the case for me. But when you open up this head, there's no neck connector inside of the box, which is not so important when you would like to use this head on this body here because no neck connector would fit on the neck pack of the Mengf body anyways. So that's the reason why I have here a big pack of glue pads. I mean, that's the name they give the sticky white stuff on the package, so I will call them that way, even though later on they are no pads anymore. Anyway, the next hat is made by a company called Easy and Simple. It is basically one of the standard companies that make soldier action figures, and they do a very good job with sculpting faces. Usually, those faces are based on celebrities, and sometimes the heads look very handsome. They do have a quite stable skin color because I already have a few of them and they look basically all the same skin color wise. And they are a little bit less gray than other heads from other companies, but still you can see the head is way grayer than the beige yellowish Mengf body. But here the neck fits quite perfectly and also the overall look is not bad. I mean, you could put both heads on this body and I think it would be okay. It is just a personal preference, but you definitely need putty or glue pads. Just the sticky white stuff to secure the head on the neck. And of course, the more the better, but you don't need so much. Sometimes you don't have to overdo putting in the gooey white stuff like I did here. You simply have to find the right amount. But even though this kind of sticky putty works very well and I never had an issue with it, I never got something that oozes out or got hard or anything. So usually I really recommend stuff like this for connecting a head securely on a body like this. And who knows, maybe we will get more skin colors in the future, so it is definitely an option to put action figure heads, male action figure heads, on male Mengf or Mengfan bodies. Which is quite interesting. And I wonder if that is also possible with the fake Adonis bodies, since they are very affordable. And so far I only had the lighter skin color, which does not match to any male action figure head I ever had in hands, but maybe the other skin colors, or at least the middle one, could match some. So now it's time for Mohawk Ken or Fashionistas 176 to get his new body. I think the skin color match is not perfect. The head is a little bit less yellow, but actually it is not so intense and he was on his petite, not really articulated body for such a long time inside of his package. So I think he'll be way happier with this body here. And I think the hard hands fits him quite nicely, but later on he will have to shift his mood a little bit. But before giving him a styling, I will show you a bit of the stuff that I bought for him. Actually, I got these two packs only for two pieces that are included in these packs, or better said, one for each pack. And only the pack on the left does have the piece I wanted for this boy here. But actually, I was not able to find the black shirt that you were able to see in the thumbnail. And so I thought I would just take the shirt off the right package, but I did forget why I bought the package and you will see that very soon. So let's start with the package on the right. I paid €3.75 for this set and since it was a choice product, I had no other costs. It is not really jean material, but it also does not feel plasticky. It is overall okay. I mean, the finishing is not perfect, but I didn't expect that. And now to the white shirt. Exactly, it had this very interesting bedazzled touch, and I bought the whole set only because of the shirt. I wanted to have it for the upcoming Adonis video since I think it looks really awesome, but I totally forget about it. But that's okay. I just spoiler you a little bit here, and overall, you can only use the shirts on Mengf or Adonis and even Buffcan. All the other stuff that you will see is only suitable for standard made to move can. Beside the cap, of course, the cap could fit on each and every head, but even, of course, on a Barbie head. The guitar is quite okay. It is hollow plastic, but the color is quite nice and you could add some details yourself if you like to do that. Here you can see the set on a standard made to move can. I mean, it does not look too bad, but I do have a problem with the shoes. They're quite hard and I do not want to push in the feet completely because I'm not quite sure if I'm able to remove the shoes that easily. But other than that, it is quite a nice set. And I can use the vest and the pants for a candle and even on a Barbie for an oversized look. So overall, I'm not mad about the set. And I do like the shirt. As I said, I do really like the shirt. Now to the other set. The other set was cheaper and only cost me €2.85. It does not have the guitar or the head cap. It only does have a short pair of pants instead of a long one. And here you can already see the important item. I wanted to have this shirt because I think the color of the shirt, or the colors in general, do fit together with Mohawk Ken's hair color perfectly, and I wanted to have this color drop for the styling. The quality is okay. Of course, it is not overwhelming, but the material is soft, the stitching is good. There are no buttons or anything. It's just a shirt that you can wear open over a different, more cotton or t-shirt like shirt. The shirt that is also included is quite nice. I do like the texture. I also like the fabric in general, but the color does not match, not even a tiny bit, with the shirt that you have seen before. The pants are the not so nice piece in this set. You can hear it here a little bit. This is more like the papery stuff you can get, but overall, it is also not the worst piece I have ever seen. It is still a decent quality for the price. The shoes are too small. They do not fit on a regular can. I mean, you could heat them up and even cut them completely open in the bag, but I would just save them for a different project. And here you can see the set on the standard made to move. I think the orange red shirt is even a little bit too big. I mean, the colorful shirt fits quite nicely. It is a very snug fit later on the Mengf body, but on the standard made to move, it looks quite nice. And as I said, the shoes are simply too tiny. The red-orange shirt is really quite nice, and I'm pretty sure it will also look very good on a more buffed male doll, but the pants will only fit on a standard made to move. And since I was not able to use the white shirt, or I didn't want to use the white shirt because in the end it is not really a very punk outfit, maybe a very slight punky outfit, I don't know. But I was able to find the black shirt. It is the same shirt as the pink one that you have seen on Adonis that I originally bought a while ago. But I like the overall cut of these shirts, and now I do have it in black since I think it is just a very plasticky material and it will not stain my doll. I think so, at least. I paid $2.50 for this shirt here since it was also a choice product. And I'm pretty sure when you search longer and compare some stores, you will get it even cheaper than that. But I like it and it matches a lot of different dolls. Even it looks great on female dolls. But there's one new item left, and this time it is a jacket. And I bought this jacket specifically for this store here, and I'm disappointed. I paid a little bit over 22 euros for this jacket, and when you look at the seller pictures, it looks like the material would be like a sturdy leather-like material, a little bit harder, or to me it looks like this. But I got this jacket, and to me the material looks like a very vinyl-like material. It is definitely not a pleather type. It gets creases easily, and also the overall finishing is not that good or not good enough for 22 euros. I have to say that. I was pretty much harsh about some of the Chen Princess sets that I reviewed lately, and this here is a pretty expensive piece, and the quality is not awesome. The zipper material is not good. It is a very jerky zipper. It does not really go flush up and down, and it is overall simply not a very good quality in my opinion. Even the lining inside of the jacket is not so well made. The only thing is that the size is quite nice. This is a very big jacket. For an action figure body, it would be very oversized, but on the Mengf, it is still oversized. But it is a very nice fit. But still, this is not the jacket from the pictures, in my opinion, and I'm not really happy with that. And in general, I do have, as always, the links in the description, but I do not recommend buying from this seller. I got the jacket and also two action figure heads, male action figure heads from this seller, and one of them is defective, and I'm still unsure if I should also send back the jacket here, so I do not recommend buying from the shop, but still I will include the links so that you can do your own research. So I have talked too much and definitely enough, and therefore here's our new boy, still in awesome or handsome mode. And here are the clothes he will get to wear. At least for now, the jacket, the Hawaiian shirt, the black shirt, a pair of standard action figure jeans that are rolled up a little bit, and some sneakers. And of course, the pair of nasty hands because I bought them for him. And here he is. I think he looks awesome. I do really like him, and I'm happy that I have him standing on my shelf. But I think I have to get him a different jacket. Anyway, I do like the colorful shirt underneath, even though it is a tight fit. But it still works, and I do like the color combination. So, what do you think about my wannabe punk boy? I hope that the Mengf hens will get down in price a little bit over time because I think they're quite pricey, but they are really nice. I really have to give them that. Anyway, that's again the end of the video, and I hope you had a little bit fun with it and got some more information. Thank you so much for watching, and I cannot say that often enough. I'm very grateful for all of you that take their time and appreciate my videos. It means so much to me. So thank you again. And as always, I hope to see you again in one of my next videos. Until then, I really hope you have a great time. Bye.